I passed my humiliation ritual with all honors, with flying colors. But the only difference between my humiliation ritual and a lot of others is I was walking with God the whole time. Being deeply rooted in prayer, deeply in search of answers, and deeply rooted and grounded in the palms of his hands through the process of this whole humiliation.
Katt Williams has been speaking out about the hidden side of the industry for years, but now he's directing his words toward NLE Choppa, suggesting that Choppa's rapid rise to fame may have come with a serious cost. If what Katt's hinting at holds any truth, that spiritual awakening image Choppa promotes might not be as pure as it appears. Talks of so-called humiliation rituals have gone viral online because people claim to see the same strange pattern. A star blows up, does something shocking, and suddenly the internet says, "See, they made him do it." Even major outlets began noticing how the phrase became the go-to label for anything weird, unexpected, or off-brand. The vibe around it mixes paranoia with real questions about how fame works today. Fame doesn't seem to reward raw talent anymore. It rewards spectacle. You've got to do something bold, controversial, or downright shocking just to stay in the spotlight. When Lil Nas X released Montero, Call Me By Your Name, and the viral Satan Shoe collab, the internet exploded. Some critics called it disturbing, while others insisted it was just artistic expression. But many weren't convinced, saying the symbolism and timing felt deeper than simple marketing. Then came Sam Smith and Kim Petras at the 2023 Grammys. The red latex, the flames, the dramatic, unholy performance. Viewers online were split, with some calling it creative art and others saying it looked more like a full-on ritual. And now, Shah Boozie's Met Gala debut has sparked a fresh round of online theories. His pearl-covered outfit had social media buzzing within hours. Users dissecting every detail, posting videos titled, "Hollywood Turned Him Out." The debate over symbolism and style just keeps growing louder. One user commented, "What the hell, bro, went from masculine to feminine in less than a year."
Made that complex list. I just want to let you know something, man. Your ass need to go do rock and roll or some other shit. I swear to God, 21, 18 platinum, 6 or 7 gold. Go look at the certifications. Let me know who beat me.
Others in the street started saying he was doing it intentionally, that this was his turn to play along with the industry's expectations. That's become the new online narrative. Every time someone blows up, fans start looking for that one moment that feels off or too different, saying it's proof the artist is proving loyalty to something behind the scenes. But why do people always focus on this idea of humiliation rituals? Out of everything they could point to, why that? Some recall how actor Mel Gibson once claimed that public embarrassment was one of Hollywood's most powerful tools, a way to humble stars and make them easier to control. The theory goes that once a celebrity's pride is broken in front of the world, they'll do anything to stay in that spotlight, even if it means sacrificing their image just to keep the fame alive. Then, just as the online buzz began cooling off, NLE Choppa himself jumped in and made things even wilder. On his own YouTube channel, he released a video boldly titled, "I did a humiliation ritual and I passed." He didn't hide it or sugarcoat it. He said it proudly, explaining it like a test he had overcome to reach a higher level in the industry. The internet couldn't believe it. The clip spread instantly and reignited the entire debate. Here's where things started getting really strange. NLE Choppa claimed that he went through his so-called ritual while walking with God, saying he was praying, meditating, and staying strong in his faith throughout the whole process. That instantly confused people online. Viewers were asking, how can something be spiritual and humiliating at the same time? The contradiction had social media on fire. After that, Choppa doubled down in another clip, sounding confident and saying he had mastered the industry, calling himself the best. But later he seemed to backtrack, saying he wasn't in the right headspace when he said that, and fans started noticing a pattern. Get famous, do something embarrassing or shocking, then call it growth and move on like nothing ever happened. That's exactly the same pattern Katt Williams had warned about. In his interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt claimed he'd been offered massive deals, up to $50 million, if he'd just play along with what he called the darker side of Hollywood. According to him, the industry tests people's limits through uncomfortable or compromising situations, and those who say no risk being blacklisted. Katt made it clear. He wasn't interested in trading his values for fame or awards. He said he'd rather keep his peace and integrity than be part of something he didn't believe in. That statement alone made fans see his earlier comments in a whole new light. That's exactly what separates Katt Williams from everyone else. He's not new to this. He's been speaking out about the darker side of Hollywood long before many of today's younger stars even entered the game. At first, people thought he was just cracking jokes, but now those same jokes sound more like serious warnings. Everything he mentioned years ago seems to be unfolding right in front of the world today. The disturbing part is how easily most folks brushed him off.
Be gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you around and look in the wrong room.
Maybe because the truth sounded too uncomfortable to face. The idea that fame might demand trading morals or making extreme compromises is something people don't want to believe. But the rumors keep circling. Every superstar seems to have a whisper campaign behind them. Names like Beyonce, Jay-Z, Rihanna, and Doja Cat have all faced wild accusations online about secret initiations to reach higher levels of fame, though none of it has ever been proven. And whenever someone tries to call out these claims, the industry often dismisses them as unstable or controversial. Even Kanye West has spoken out for years about what he calls industry control and the emotional toll of fame. He's been open about how success can come with heavy personal costs, and those words keep fans wondering what really goes on behind the curtain. After Kanye started speaking his mind, things took a dark turn. Major brands cut ties, deals vanished, and the media painted him as unstable. Some fans even claimed the industry tried to silence him completely, though those claims remain unproven. Still, the pattern people keep noticing feels hard to ignore. Whenever a star reaches the highest level of fame, something strange always seems to follow. Whether it's public humiliation, an unusual fashion moment, or a performance that leaves people talking, it always sparks new speculation. Now, not everyone believes in the so-called ritual idea. Some say the wild outfits, the horns, and the bold gender-fluid looks are simply artistic expression. They call it performance art, avant-garde fashion, or creative freedom, not hidden symbolism, and honestly, that might be true in some cases. But here's the part that keeps people intrigued. After certain performances or image shifts, fans notice something different. The artist's tone changes, their energy feels off, the way they move or present themselves just isn't the same. It's like a switch flips somewhere along the way, and people start asking what really happened behind the scenes. That's exactly what Katt Williams has been warning about. He's been saying for years that the fame game comes with strict unspoken rules, and those who don't play by them risk losing everything. So when NLE Choppa boldly said he passed his ritual, fans didn't take it lightly. To them, it wasn't just another headline. It was proof that the industry's hidden system might be deeper than anyone wants to admit. One viral comment summed up the public reaction perfectly. That whole ritual was just him switching up his image, dressing different, and showing support for the LGBTQ+ community. The internet blew up with mixed opinions, but one thing's for sure, everyone's watching closer than ever now. After that statement, things got even more chaotic online. Fans started going back through NLE Choppa's old interviews, lyrics, and performances, trying to find proof of what he meant. Some people claimed they saw the change coming long before he said anything, pointing to his music videos and spiritual posts as signs of transformation. Others said he was just trolling, doing what every artist eventually does to stay talked about. But the line between reinvention and manipulation got real blurry. Comment sections were split wide open. Some said, "He's just growing and learning," while others wrote, "Nah, this looks like a setup." It became more than just about Choppa. It turned into a conversation about fame, identity, and the cost of staying relevant in a digital era where every move is magnified. The deeper fans looked, the more theories popped up, connecting Choppa to a bigger system they say runs all through Hollywood. And the wildest part, every time someone tried to defend him, the comments only got louder. Meanwhile, clips of Katt Williams' old interviews started going viral again. People were reposting moments where he warned about secret contracts, moral tests, and industry gatekeepers that control who gets fame and who fades out. Old footage resurfaced of him saying, "Once you understand how it works, you can't unsee it." Fans started calling him the prophet of Hollywood. saying he predicted everything years before it hit mainstream attention. And it wasn't just fans either. Other comedians and rappers started subtly backing him up in interviews, hinting that what he said wasn't far-fetched. Some even admitted to witnessing strange industry parties or deals that didn't sit right with them. Suddenly, Katt wasn't being called crazy anymore. He was being called courageous. His words had aged like truth that people weren't ready to hear back then. As the attention on these industry secrets kept growing, more artists found themselves dragged into the conversation. From old school legends to new gen rappers, names started trending just for having unusual performances or fashion choices. Fans online began turning everything into possible ritual evidence. From red carpets to music videos, nothing was off limits. Doja Cat's dramatic red crystal outfit, Lil Uzi Vert's spiked suits, even Sam Smith's futuristic looks, all became fuel for theory videos that racked up millions of views. But critics pushed back, saying this obsession was disrespectful and out of control, that people were twisting creativity into conspiracy. Still, the debates didn't stop. If anything, the noise just got louder. People wanted answers, but the industry stayed silent. Then came another shocker, a leaked clip supposedly showing a major label executive talking about testing loyalty. It spread like wildfire on TikTok and YouTube before disappearing within hours. Fans claimed it confirmed everything Katt Williams had been saying, that fame came with strings attached. Others argued it was fake, just another social media stunt made to stir chaos. But the timing couldn't have been worse. It dropped right as Choppa's video was peaking in views. Suddenly, the narrative wasn't just about one rapper or one comedian, it was about the entire entertainment structure. Even influencers started chiming in, saying they'd been pressured to fit certain molds to stay marketable. And while nobody could prove where the clip came from, it reignited a massive wave of distrust toward the industry as a whole. By this point, the internet was completely divided. One side believed Katt Williams and NLE Choppa were exposing real patterns that had been hidden in plain sight. The other side said it was all exaggerated, that social media had turned into a breeding ground for paranoia and clickbait. Yet, no matter which side people were on, everyone agreed on one thing. Something about fame in today's world just feels different. The glitz, the glamour, the headlines, it all looks good on the surface, but the cracks are starting to show. Fame doesn't just build stars anymore, it breaks them too. And every new artist stepping into the spotlight seems to face that same invisible pressure to either play the game or risk losing everything. Whether it's ritual talk, image control, or secret deals, the whispers aren't fading away. They're getting louder. Right after that, a few insiders started dropping cryptic posts that made things even messier. One entertainment publicist tweeted, "You'd be shocked how many artists are told to reinvent before every album drop." Another stylist claimed that certain looks aren't just chosen by artists, they're approved by teams who understand symbolism. That single post set off a storm of speculation. Suddenly, everyone was connecting dots between management firms, PR agencies, and fashion houses that seemed to push the same edgy, controversial visuals. Meanwhile, Choppa stayed mostly quiet. But every time he appeared online, people flooded the comments with, "Blink twice if you need help." It became part meme, part concern. Fans felt like something about his energy had shifted, that his usual confidence was mixed with confusion. Whether it was burnout, business stress, or something deeper, the internet could sense the tension building. Then came Katt Williams again, this time on a late-night podcast, talking about the price of visibility. He said, "They'll let you shine, but only under their light." That line alone went viral overnight. Millions started quoting it, calling it the realest thing said about Hollywood in years. He explained that the system doesn't just reward talent, it monitors obedience, who follows orders and who rebels. According to him, the second you refuse to play along, your name gets dragged, your deals vanish, and your reputation flips overnight. The conversation quickly spilled across TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube, where users started comparing timelines. When stars rebelled, when they suddenly acted out, and how their public image changed after. Whether fact or theory, it painted a haunting pattern that fans couldn't ignore anymore. And right when the storm couldn't get any heavier, a leaked email thread allegedly tied to a major entertainment firm surfaced online. It mentioned image redirection and public reset campaigns. Those two phrases alone blew the internet apart. People said that's exactly what Katt and others were warning about, how an artist's downfall could be manufactured just to rebuild them into something more brand safe. The label denied everything, calling it fabricated, but the damage was done. Comment sections across social media turned into investigations. Fans pulling screenshots, comparing old statements, even analyzing PR stunts from the past decade. It was like the whole world suddenly woke up to how fame really works. And no matter how many times the industry tried to clean it up, the audience wasn't buying the excuses anymore. As the pressure built, old interviews from other outspoken figures began resurfacing. Stars like Dave Chappelle, Lauryn Hill, and even Michael Jackson, all of whom once hinted that fame comes with invisible strings. Fans started revisiting those clips with a new perspective, realizing that the warnings had always been there. They were just brushed off as eccentric talk. The internet began piecing it all together like one giant puzzle. Katt Williams' name kept trending daily, with fans calling him the only one brave enough to keep pulling the curtain back. Even those who used to doubt him began saying he might have been right all along. The tone shifted from mockery to respect. His past controversies now looked more like consequences for telling uncomfortable truths. And the conversation wasn't staying in hip-hop anymore. Actors, pop stars, and even athletes were being pulled into it. The walls between entertainment worlds started blurring, making people wonder just how deep this system really runs. Then came a strange twist. A few mainstream outlets suddenly began publishing articles calling the ritual theories dangerous misinformation. Overnight, YouTube videos started getting flagged, hashtags began disappearing, and whole threads were wiped off social platforms. Fans took that as confirmation that something real was being hidden. They said, if it was fake, why silence it? The censorship only fueled the fire. At the same time, some insiders quietly suggested that this wave of speculation had the industry nervous, not because it was all true, but because it exposed how deeply the public distrusted fame itself. It wasn't just about Choppa or Katt anymore. It was about how people view celebrity culture altogether. Fame didn't look glamorous anymore. It looked controlled, choreographed, and maybe even haunted by its own secrets. Viewers online keep saying the same thing. Read between the lines. Some believe NLE Choppa was hinting that he made a spiritual trade-off to rebuild his career and image. Others push back, saying he's just misunderstood and evolving as an artist. Another viral comment read, "You can't walk with both light and darkness at the same time." And that's exactly what's got fans debating nonstop. So what do you think? Did NLE Choppa truly pass his way into fame? Or is he just another artist caught up in the industry's mysterious cycle? And was Katt Williams right all along about Hollywood breaking stars down to control them? Subscribe, like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below.